Last time on Ketchup with Max and Jose, we talked figs and geeked out over the Marvel Universe. What will our heroes catch up on today? Welcome to episode 13 of Ketchup with Max and Jose.
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
It's been a minute. Work's been busy for both of us.
Yes, very, very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
We're halfway through the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Loki's coming down the pipeline, working on the Bad Batch.
This is his work, not mine.
It's exciting stuff.
It is
Your
very
stuff's
exciting.
super exciting. You're working
That's
on
right.
a book. You're publishing a book, lady.
Oh, gosh. It's so
But,
exhausting.
it's... The pandemic is almost over. The vaccines are out there. Things are opening up again.
Yeah.
We got our first round.
First round of vaccine. We went to a movie in a theater.
I got that big bucket of popcorn. It was amazing.
You did.
Well,
You did.
I ate most of it.
Yeah. That's delicious.
It was delicious. Yeah, no, it was great. We saw Godzilla vs. King Kong, which I really enjoyed.
This is Godzilla versus Kong, right?
You know, right? It is Godzilla vs.
I don't
Kong.
know.
It is. It's your
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
That's all that matters.
And it's just nice to be there. And I kind of like that there weren't a lot of people around us. Like,
Yeah, I actually felt safer there than the grocery store. There were like 8 people in the theater.
Not even just that. Like when you book a seat, like
it's like
it blocks
the
the
nearest
seats
person's
around
like
you.
way far.
Yeah, no, that was exciting.
It's nice.
And it was just nice to see trailers again. Like,
Yes.
For Suicide Squad, they even did like
a special theatrical that you can only see in theaters.
So that's always it's always a nice treat, especially coming off. The last trailer just came out recently. The thing with trailers is they just play nice on, like, they're made for the big screen.
They're made for the big screen. I used to work on trailers, and I miss that.
Yeah. No, it's exciting
I don't
because
miss the hours, but I miss that.
Because when you watch a trailer on your phone, you're watching on a small screen.
Yeah, it's not meant for that.
Yeah, and
the sound especially. That's what we spent so much time on, the sound and the music and everything, and on a little phone, it's like... Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, but depending on who's doing the trailer, is like a story that you're building up to.
Yeah.
And the way people use their phones, you're flipping through like stories like 2 seconds.
You're lucky to get like 20 seconds of anyway.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. But
we're old. Like,
no.
Back in my day, trailers used to be on the big screen.
And they are on the big screen. But trailers also used to be they used to trail at the end of the movie.
That's right. They would play at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Trailers. I remember I used to watch a lot of like old black and white movies, and when DVDs came out, some of the old black and white, like the RKOs and stuff, would...
Wait. RKOs?
RKO is a movie studio.
Oh, okay.
Back like in the 30s. They would include the trailers that played with it. And I remembered, or they would include the trailers of the movie that it was. So I just remember like the Casablanca trailer. Casablanca! Full of mystery. And I just love those old trailers. Those are not the ones that I worked on. I'm not that old. I worked on like Star Wars. And not the old Star Wars, the newer Star Wars.
Look through the credits of Casablanca, people. Max Miller is there.
Time traveler extraordinaire.
Yeah, but eventually trailers move, so now they're at the front of a movie. Because it's like, the movie's
better marketing material. Who stays for the... But also, the credits used to be at the beginning of the movie.
Well, there you go. Yeah, or what?
So you were forced to watch the credits, and
or
then
during the movie as the movie opens, you see like you see a lot of
they
the
would
credits.
still be coming up and everything. So
yeah,
you didn't have to sit through 20 minutes of credits at the end.
But I guess part of it is because of the way there were reels, they would play in the theater, so it was easier to splice in that extra trailer at the end of the reel.
Right.
So.
And I have a lot more trailer trivia. It's not appropriate for this, but like versus attached to versus enclosed. There's so much stuff because they would go in actual cans. I have lots and lots. We'll save it for an entire episode on trailers and the history of...
Is this the right channel for that?
No, that's why I'm not going to go into it. But it's actually really interesting. All right, I miss working on them.
We're going to add this to our list of channels that
we should start a new channel called The Biz, and it'll be all about the business side of the movie industry. We could interview like the people that we work with and stuff. Assad, would you be on The Biz?
I don't think Assad's watching Ketchup with Max.
What?
I don't think our president of marketing is watching this. But if he is,
he might be.
Hey, boss. So, Yeah, no, it's exciting times. We're excited to get back into the world, and
Indeed.
funny thing, there are a lot more people out and about.
Well, the traffic is back to normal.
The traffic's back to normal. What about your channel traffic?
It's down a little bit.
It's down a little bit.
Yeah, it's down a little bit. I mean, I'm doing fine, but I have definitely noticed, and I've noticed other channels have noticed as well, that people are.
But it makes sense.
Not sitting at home watching YouTube.
It makes sense.
But I never knew the non-pandemic YouTube world, so it's like, oh, where'd everyone go? But I mean, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're not like closing down, packing it in. Tasting history is over.
As we like to say, the dream is over. Anytime an episode's not doing great, we're like, the dream is over. It's time to pack it up.
It's just a new baseline, and I think in a month or so, I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, we'll set expectations. And either way, we just have to realize that some episodes, some topics are going to resonate more with people.
Yeah, this week the Viking episode did really well. People wanted to see me drink the mead and eat heart. Dragon heart. It's not dragon, it's pig.
A pig heart. But before we get to the Heart and Mead episode, which we are going to do.
Heart and mead. I mean, how could I not start it off like that?
Could you not afford the song rights to use the actual melody?
It was the actual melody. What do you mean?
Dun, 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 no, like the actual song.
I don't even think there is an actual. I don't know. I'm sure there is. Actual recording.
All right. Before we discuss your episode,
I can't afford any song rights. By the way, there's a reason I use classical music.
It's really expensive, people, and YouTube does not have that many options.
No, it doesn't.
But anyway, a few weeks ago, I posted that I was collecting Oreos. And I've been collecting Oreos, and I think I have as many Oreos as I need or we need.
Do not give us any more Oreos.
Hey, I bought most of them, but there are people out there, so thank you.
We've had several people send them. Thank you,
gals. Thank you, boys and girls. But
so many Oreos.
I think what we're gonna end up doing is live stream and just leave your comments and questions on the pinned comment that I'll leave behind. Any suggestions, ideas, commentary, fun trivia. We'll set an hour aside and do a live stream and just
an hour of Oreo eating and answering your questions.
But as I said,
it'd be fun. Sign me up.
But as I said, there's too many Oreos. Like, if you had to eat
literally 60 boxes of Oreos in here. I did not even know that there were this many Oreos. Every time I think that I've seen all the Oreos, then I look around and there's a stack of Oreo boxes.
Don't forget the Hydrox. I also got a box.
We also got Hydrox.
Because that's the original Oreo, but we can discuss that later. But so I don't think it's possible to have you eat that many Oreos and for you not to get sick, even if you just ate one from each one. Yeah. So we are going to start with a more gentle approach.
We're going to knock a few off the list today.
We're going to knock a few out. And I don't know how we're going to rate the Oreos. They're Oreos. They should be delicious, regardless of what flavor they are, in theory.
I don't know. Some of these flavors are kind of weird.
Yes. So, but I think maybe a 1 to 5 rating might work.
5 being best, 1 being not best.
So we're going to set a baseline.
A regular Oreo, which is a 5, no doubt. By the way, we're going to need to check my teeth before moving on, because Oreos get stuck in your teeth. There's no way to... I'm going to have the worst teeth.
And when you actually do our tasting, I'm going to give you milk.
Toothbrush.
I'm going to give you milk, a glass of milk, instead of rose gin that you're drinking
right now.
I'm
drinking rose gin and
put
soda.
that aside for a bit. I don't know if that's going to... All right, so...
Let's do this. I'm not going to eat the whole thing.
Regular Oreo.
It's blissful. I love Oreos, just like my favorite cookie.
And they're not low calorie, are they? But are they vegan? I feel like someone said that they were vegan. And I don't know if I trust...
I don't think anyone goes vegan thinking,
I can
Oreos. Now I can eat all the Oreos I want.
Maybe. So what did you give that?
Maybe I'll become vegan.
Was that a 5?
That's a 5. The Oreo is the perfect cookie.
All right. Chocolate marshmallow Oreo. You like marshmallows? No, you don't.
I'm like, what's the difference? Oh, the actual filling is chocolatey.
Can I try it?
Taste that.
I don't really like chocolate though.
It's got a bit of a toasty.
It does have that marshmallow-ness.
I like that.
What do you give that?
And the chocolate is more fudgy. It tastes like a Fudgy the Whale cake, is what it tastes like.
Excuse me?
They're from Carvel. They don't really have them out here. They have them back east in New York.
Okay.
They have like set designs of cakes at Carvel. I think it's Carvel. And one of them is Fudgy the Whale. It's their like fudge chocolate whale shaped cake.
It just sounds like something like from South Park. I don't know, like some kind of
Fudgy the Whale.
Some made up mascot.
I'm Fudgy the
like the
Whale.
Stay Puffed Man or something. I don't know.
Stay Puffed Marshmallow. I'm a sad panda.
All right. So what did you give that one? The chocolate marshmallow.
I'm gonna go with a 4. I really enjoyed that.
It's a 4. Okay. All right. Up next is
I need to find the baseline of a 1. I'm one.
carrot cake Oreo.
This is what I asked for my birthday was carrot cake, and you know what I got? Vanilla cake with blue frosting.
Not for me. I got you.
No, he got me excellent.
An ice cream chocolate cake, Cold Stones cake. Uh-oh.
I love carrot cake. I don't love that.
Really? Mm-mm. That bad? Hand it to me.
It's not that bad.
Doesn't say
It doesn't
carrot
taste
cake.
like carrot cake. It just tastes like the spices in carrot cake.
Is it a little grainy?
Yeah, and there's a little aftertaste. 2 out of 5.
Jesus, what is that?
Bum, 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 bum.
Oreo, you can do better. Why is it grainy?
I don't know.
Oh, man. You have to try another one later.
Palate cleanser of the... What's the 4th one?
All right. Actually, just probably the last one, because we haven't had dinner.
Yeah, I know. I was starting off with Oreos.
Is this dinner?
I'm supposed to be like losing weight. I just booked our honeymoon today. Very exciting. But that means that I got a lot of weight to lose in 6 months.
Are we still doing that? Well, anyway, the last one is... Wait, grab the next one. That one's a little janky. Oreo Thins.
It's so thin. Just like I will be. If I stop eating Oreos.
Not today. Satan, not today.
So, it's like the opposite of double stuffed. Because it's very little filling and just more Oreo.
I'm not a fan.
And I kind of like that.
No, we like the
4 out of
stuffing.
5. I do, but I really like the chocolatey
I like the
part.
crunchiness of it, but...
4 out of 5. Oreo Thins.
Is it...
Plus, I feel like low-cal.
But you got to do that line. What's that line from that movie?
What?
That wafer thin. What's that line?
Oh, it's a Wayfair Thin.
Where's that from again?
I think it was from Monty Python, I believe. A Monty Python sketch. It's Wayfair Thin. You want to try? Last one.
Does he blow up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
It's really quite disturbing.
All right. Not bad. And it tastes like an Oreo.
Totally.
And I wouldn't say low calories, just...
No. But I'm really now looking forward to the hour-long Oreo tasting.
That is daunting. I might have to jump in and, like, try a few for myself. Because we have gingerbread Oreo. We
should get, like, a panel to go through them, honestly. I cannot...
You're
going to put me into a diabetic coma.
Hydrox. We have the Lady Gaga Oreos.
Not even diabetic.
We have the double stuff, the mega...
I will be after this episode.
There's the birthday cake Oreo, which I'm excited for. And then there's that mystery Oreo, which is literally mystery flavored. And I don't know what that means.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, but... All right, we'll figure it out.
Oreos.
All right, so... Sorry, Brie Tart. That should have been the episode we covered next, but
the Brie Tart.
Yeah. Okay. Next time.
Who is Brie?
Calling her a tart.
I make a tart joke in that.
Yeah, you do. I chuckle.
That's going to be a good episode. Next one.
All right. Well, Heart Mead. So
Heart Mead.
When we were discussing, hey, we have to follow up on the meat episode. You were looking for a Viking era recipe, and Heart was the one you settled on. And then when I saw the episode, I was like, you kind of barely tasted the mead, like
you know what? One of my least good things with words. One of the things that I fail at, or I don't succeed as much as I should, is describing what I'm tasting. And I've tried to get better. I've tried to incorporate scent and some texture in there. But it's just because I'm doing it live and like often tasting it, like trying to explain what I'm tasting. I ain't a poet, and sometimes I fail. There are other people who do it better, and I'm trying to take notes. I'm trying to get better. But
so you aren't perfect.
I am not perfect.
Surprise.
But despite what my mother says.
She's never said that.
She has never said that.
I haven't met your mom. She would never say that.
Oh, call her out. She's not watching this. So
she's not supporting me.
I can promise you.
We've had this conversation, but that still stings a bit. She could just play it on loop on the background. Anyway.
Yes. Give us the views, Mom.
So, I lamented that you didn't really taste the mead too long. So,
right. Got the mead here.
You were going to pour it out, and I was like, hey, buddy. Save it.
I
want you to drink more of it.
Because there were things that I had stuff to talk about that I didn't get into the video because the video was so long already.
Yeah.
It's the longest video except for Aztec tamales.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like over 19 minutes.
All right.
And
is it flat? It looks flat.
That's good. It is flat now, which is weird because I poured it and there was like all these bubbles and they're all gone now.
Oh.
But I poured it like, a half hour ago. So it's been a while.
Was it fizzy when you poured it?
It was fizzy at first, yeah.
How is it?
But it's not like champagne fizzy.
See, I was thinking champagne.
No, it's not like champagne. So one thing is, it is about to... Its lifespan is about done because you don't bottle this mead. It's the way that the recipe, because I used I think it was 13th century recipe, and it basically says you can use this mead for up to 6 months. It's ready to drink in 3 days. You can use it up to 6 months, or a half year, I think they call it. And you just cover it with clean straw. I did not use clean straw. I have like a bubbler, but it's never being bottled. So essentially, it ferments, and then it just starts turning into vinegar. So we are at that end of the fermentation phase. Mm-hmm. It's no longer sweet. It's very dry. It's not vinegary yet, but I bet in a month it will not be great unless we bottled it. But I'm not going to bottle it.
Do people actually like make and sell mead?
Yeah,
for distribution. So it's a business.
Tons. Yeah, I could be a mead maker. Though there was a word. Somebody I had lots of people saying there's a word for being a mead maker. Now I can't remember what it is.
That's what happens when you drink a lot of rosé gin.
There's going to be like a little bubble up here.
There might not.
And then nobody will know what that word is.
The Tastorians follow me sometimes.
Come on, Tastorians.
Leave a comment. We'll figure it
out. What are mead makers? I can't remember.
So Max, the mead maker's not a thing then.
Yeah, it's because I haven't eaten dinner. I've drinking dinner.
You had Oreos.
Oreos. Soak up.
Oh man,
an entire glass of gin that you.
I don't think I've been.
Especially because I haven't been drinking. It's like.
Yeah, this kind of hit me hard.
Yeah.
Shoot, we should have had dinner first. Oops. Anyway, so out of this episode, we got a lot of terrible jokes on your end and from your heartstrings.
Excellent jokes. Jokes worthy of George Burns jokes.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
We're not even that far in age from each other. You know who George Burns is.
I really don't. Sorry.
We grew up in very different cultures. That's the thing.
Yes,
his frame of reference is very different than mine.
That's right.
And I have to remember that.
Yes, you do. I knew Chespirito and then La India Maria and all this like classic Mexican cinema though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
bad jokes.
Bad jokes. Yes, there were a few bad jokes. Though I feel like I didn't have as many bad jokes as in the last Mead video. My Tiny Bubbles joke in the first Mead video, which I'm still very proud of, I didn't have. Instead, I just mentioned Captain Beefheart.
I have no idea who that is either.
You know what? Not many people do.
Some people did.
What's really weird is the only reason that I know Captain Beefheart is because as a kid, I was enamored with Captain Kangaroo, And for some reason, my dad would always mention Captain Beefheart when I talked about Captain Kangaroo, because they both had their name Captain in it. This is Captain Crunch, Captain Tennille. I don't know. That's the only reason I know Captain Beefheart.
Gosh, I couldn't tell you. Anyway, one of my favorite awful jokes was the awful joke that...
Which one?
Awful. Like
what about
O-F-F-A-L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, looks like it tasted awful.
It did taste awful.
Yeah.
It did not taste awful. It felt awful.
I'm not a fan of organ meats.
You wouldn't even try it. Yeah. I know that you've had them before, but he wouldn't even try.
I was
ill heart.
Watching you chew through that, because I know
I have a texture thing. So, like, if the texture is weird, what's odd is that the texture kind of reminded me of, like, really overdone squid. But I like squid. Like, I'll eat squid no matter how it's cooked. So it doesn't make any sense. It's a lot of it's mental.
Yeah, but like growing up, like my mom tried to make me eat liver a few times because I was anemic, and she's like, iron, la la la, iron pills. Liver.
The one I can't do is what's the one at the Mexican shop? The tripe.
Lengua. Oh, tripe's pretty gross too, though. And
the honeycomb tripe.
And then lengua.
One of these days, I'm gonna try it.
Lengua, which is tongue, it doesn't taste bad, but it's like chewy.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not heart chewy. It's not like a muscle in that way.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna like it. I just
know
I'm not.
And I just keep thinking back to
that when it comes to textures.
To that pie, that beautiful pie you made in that coffin. That
was wonderful. That was not at all the same. I made an amazing Victorian style raised game pie, which will be an episode one of these days, but it is a lot of work. And it had, what did it have? Venison and pheasant and boar. But it was all regular meat. Like, none of it was... I don't know. It was wonderful. I'm so proud of it. If we can find a picture of that. Let me see if I can find a picture. And I'll put it up here.
It was beautiful, but it was amazing. It was too much.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you gave me ketchup, and I was like, I still can't eat it. It's too much.
So good.
So good. So what's enjoyable about this episode, I love like mythology. So anything that touches Greek mythology and then like Norse mythology.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of video games are just like based around it. Like, I was harping around Valkyrie Profile a while ago, but like God of War, the newest God of War, went away from Greek mythology.
I know. I kind of worried about doing this episode because sometimes an episode like comes together really cohesively, and then sometimes like even after I've written it, after I filmed it, after I've edited it, I'm still like, I still don't know if this even works. And this is one of those episodes.
I had a hard time with it, I won't lie. I think it was hard finding
part of it was the mythology,
just kind of ground it, like, I don't know, like a through line, just to really. But it's like, it's all Norse, but it's like, it was a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's like my channel.
But I enjoyed it. But I ended up enjoying it. And people are enjoying it. But it was definitely
It's that
different.
thumbnail, the fact that there's a heart on
it.
It
is a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's his doing.
Well, you took the picture. But speaking of the heart, it actually wasn't the first heart you bought. You bought a beef heart.
I bought a beef heart, which I think is still in there.
You need to throw that out.
Yeah, I need to throw that out. So the problem with the beef heart was, one, oh my God. It's like...
It's massive.
This big.
It's
a cow's heart, I guess. And it's supposed to like kind of resemble a smaller heart. You know, but it doesn't look like a heart because they sliced it open already and cleaned it out, which is great, but not for my purposes because then it doesn't look like a heart. It looks like just two pieces of meat that have been...
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's a lot.
So I had to go to the Chinese market for the pork heart, and it looks like a heart. They didn't do anything to it. And so what I have gotten more comments on how to cook heart, and what kind of heart to eat that would be better.
For the next time you make a heart dinner?
For the next time that I make a heart dinner. I guess chicken hearts are really wonderful.
Yes. Brazilian.
Yeah.
Churrascaria, like oi brasileiro.
Tastes very, very
oi
different.
brasileiros.
Feels very different. But, no, I get... So heart should either be, like, sliced very thinly and then... like flash fried or grilled and then eaten like that, or it should be braised or stewed so it becomes really tender and just falls apart. And I think that's probably how I would enjoy it, because the flavor again was really nice, but that's not what the mythology mentioned. It mentioned just roasting it over a fire. Now I don't have an open fire, so maybe over an open flame it roasts.
You keep bringing up that you don't have an open fire. Do you want an open fire?
We don't have a backyard.
We have a patio.
I'm not. When we get a house, I will build an open fire. I also want like a stone wood fire oven, and it's going to be all sorts of things when we get a house. Right. And it will happen someday.
Add it to your vision board.
Add it to my vision board. I'm going to secret this, okay? I'm going to get this.
Well, anyway, I want to say that it's been a rough week, and recently I lost a friend of mine. Yep. So I want to say that, for one, my request to everyone is to reach out to a friend or loved one, just check up on them and say hello and
make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah, make sure they're doing okay.
It's been a hard year for some people.
Yeah, and we're almost
for everyone.
We're almost past it, but I think just that reaching out really makes a difference. And even if they seem okay, sometimes just how are you doing? A heart to heart is maybe enough.
Yeah.
So, and I also want to say thank you to Caitlin Brown. I was watching Sola's new ancient recipe video.
Yes, on the History Channel YouTube channel. And
she commented on it that she loved your channel, Tasting History. But she also said that she liked this channel. And
yes, she mentioned Ketchup.
It actually uplifted me and spurred me to it. You know what? Just get something on camera. Like, there are people that have been asking. And so thank you, Caitlin Brown. And this goes back to what I said. It's one comment can really change someone's
It's so true.
Day. And
it works both ways. One mean comment, get 1,000 great comments. One mean comment can ruin a person's day, my day. But also one really heartfelt, like, word of kindness, not an act of kindness, just a word of kindness can really make all the difference.
Yeah, so be kind to each other, and thank you, Caitlin.
Somebody complimented my hair a few weeks ago at the post office.
Again? People always
No, I'm saying it's the same thing. They complimented my hair at the post office, and it didn't make my day. It made my week. I had like good self-esteem for an entire week. So go compliment somebody.
Speaking of hair, and I guess we'll talk about skin too, because people often, it's like, what is your hair treatment and skin treatment? Because like people think it's like,
I stay out of the sun.
Well, no. We're gonna save this for an episode. Otherwise, people are not gonna watch. This one's already getting kind of
skin and hair treatment. It's not gonna be very long.
All right, for the skin treatment, I keep him in the fridge. I take him out for filming. Done. No sun. He's a vampire.
Yes.
All right. Our guest for your Heart Mead episode is to your left.
Yes.
He is Berserker.
Berserker, like a berserker, the Viking.
And the cat's purr. He is a cat, so he's the evolved form of a Galarian Meowth. Yeah.
Look at his beard. It looks like a growth, honestly. You should get that checked out. We were watching Dr. Pimple Popper.
I need more episodes on Hulu.
Like, what is it called? This is a fatty cyst or something.
The lipoma?
Like the lipoma. It's a lipoma. We can get you taken care of, buddy.
Honey, this is not that episode.
Sorry.
But I laugh.
Talk about being mean and ruining people's days. I have ruined Berserker's day.
You're terrible. But I'm laughing because he has
my own medicine.
The Viking helmet, and you're talking about how like the Viking helmet
didn't have horns.
Did it really? Not
his
really
do.
Thing.
His does.
Any closing words, Maxwell?
Sorry we took so long off Ketchup with Max. It might be another 2 weeks before the next one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't apologize because they might think.
But I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm glad that Jose wanted to. I don't push Jose to do these, so I'm glad that he decided to do another episode. And thank you for watching Ketchup with Max and Jose, and thank you for watching Tasting History. And those are the thoughts I have.
I love it. And and keep an eye out. We'll do the live stream very, very soon. We are going to get super sick and eat lots of Oreos. Well, no. Eat lots of Oreos and then get super sick in that order.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for catching up.
Bye.